Welcome, Pisces. This is Eleanor with Peaches by Starlight Tarot, here with your October 2022 reading, your tarot reading, I should say. So for your overall energy, you have Playdate and Homeward Bound. So your sanctuary at this time is going to be found in something that you do for no other reason than because it is fun. No justification other than I want to is a good enough reason. And it makes you feel young and centered, and it centers you in the moment where suddenly everything is less serious at this time. So play is not a need that we ever really grow out of, and you're being reminded to honor that in October. And this could either be an activity that you loved as a child, or you could be reconnecting with a hometown friend over coffee. But either way, I see you laughing your asses off. There's so much laughter here in October. I love that. And you're connecting to unconditional love and acceptance, comfort, and belonging. Belonging is huge here. Like, I'm old, so this feels a little bit like dusting off the old Atari or original Nintendo, something like that, something a little bit sentimental, something very Six of Cups, actually. All right, so for the good stuff coming in, you have the Wheel of Fortune reversed, Four of Wands reversed, and the Nine of Swords reversed. So this is funny. I see celebrations, but not of anything in particular. Like, it's not a birthday, it's not a graduation, it's just celebrating for the sake of it and just celebrating life. You could also be getting together with others to vent or to let off steam. So that might not be a get together to celebrate, but more like a stitch and bitch or just a venting session. There's also a sense of breaking up the monotony or being in a commitment of some kind. So not a relationship commitment, but having to wait for something to expire or to advance or to come to fruition. And then realizing that you have to find a way to give yourself little landmarks or milestones, or else it starts to feel formless, kind of like the Bermuda Triangle almost. And so if you're temporarily out of work or something, and like the days of the week start to lose meaning, like the way they did in lockdown at times, you're finding some kind of structure for yourself again. And it helps occupy and ground your mind from just like spinning or spiraling out of control. And I can see a striking relief from some sort of cognitive dissonance or white noise alarm in your gut that's just telling you that a choice that you made wasn't right, and you get to undo or make a new choice, and doing that brings you a really long-awaited peace. It's like Mercury retrograde is over at the beginning of October, I think the 2nd, but you learn something during that time that's really helping you now. So you're also receiving the gift of some kind of redo or second chance. So you're getting a chance to get on the right track before you veered too far or like past some point of no return. So for the tough stuff though, you have Six of Swords reversed, the Five of Wands reversed, and the Four of Pentacles. And so what I was saying about letting off steam up here, this play energy and that creating sanctuary for yourself, it's going to be absolutely vital, because running away is not going to be an option. So you do have something to stick out or to stick with, at least for the time being. I don't see that long term. I just feel like, through this month at least, finding how to make it survivable is going to be really everything. So finding ways to diffuse conflict and protect yourself and whatever you've worked so hard for. For others of you, now, and if any of this sounds contradictory, just take what resonates. But holding on to something so tightly might be keeping you stuck. First, the fist in the cookie jar type thing, like unclench and find another way. It might be so tempting to force and to move towards something when really you need to allow it to come to you. And I'm also seeing where being a non-confrontational person could create a conflict, not like an ongoing one, but like in one instance or situation. Like, it's a situation where being less reserved or less sensitive and more boisterous and aggressive is what's called for, and it's just a bad fit for you. They're not saying you need to change who you are. There's nothing wrong with who you are, but it's not for you. Like, they need to hire a bully to do the job, and that's not you. So it's a search for where you will fit, finding a situation that feels like home for you. Like, some situations, yeah, they're about toughening up and rising to the challenge, but others are there to teach you to recognize when something isn't for you and to stop compromising yourself by contorting to fit. So your advice, you have the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles reversed, and the Horseman or the Knight of Cups. So they're saying that you have to lay something down, at least for a while, to fill yourself back up, restore. You're running on E, especially emotionally. And so you're going to need to make room to restore your heart. And very vividly and specifically, I'm getting to take walks alone with your music on, like not with your neighbors or whatever, alone, and not to multitask it and try to take the dog with you or anything. You have to be able to empty your mind and to meditate. This is coming home to yourself. Like the home within is getting cold and empty without you. So how can you be more present with and for yourself? They want you to acknowledge anywhere that you have felt empty and to address that and to refill it and to not let it keep going to where it becomes dry and brittle. And there's a potential for a breaking point or a crack to happen if you don't go ahead and water this emotionally at some point soon. So they're saying no more trying to kill two birds with one stone and carrying what's not yours to carry, trying to make everyone happy, trying to please two bosses. It is only time to please yourself. And there's a bit of a fight going on, and you do have to show up for it. So what do you need to show up? What needs lightened up on? What needs to get more sophisticated? Where do you need to admit that you don't fit and need to brave the open road a little bit to find where you belong? So that's what I have for you right now, Pisces. If it helped in any way, let me know by hitting that like button, and I will talk to you in November. Thank you.